Hey, welcome back to MCOC Knoxy, the master of mediocre gameplay. We are at War 12 on the season. We are 7-4? Yeah, I think 7-4. You know what sounds bad? 7-5. You know what would sound okay? 8-4. So let's check out our path here. We're playing an alliance that has a very similar war rating to ours, and yet you're going to notice something weird about their defense. And that is, right off the bat, you're going to see a lot of 5 stars. Like, both of the defenders on my path, a Guillotine and a Claire, are 5 stars. Rank 5, Sig 200, 5 stars. Which just has me confused. Like, you'll notice I'm kind of like, wait, what? A Guillotine? A 5-star Guillotine on my path? Okay, so there's Vigorous Assault. And then we go up to Claire, and she's Masochism. It's 5-star. And I'm like... especially on the Guillotine, I was just like, am I missing something? Like, what's happening here? And then the Sorcerer Supreme is a 5-star. That Iron Man Infinity War is a 5-star. There's an unduped 6-star APOC. There's a 5-star Killmonger on Vigor. Gonna do lots of healing, but Warlock will probably just turn that off. If I'm allowed to bring in Warlock, he's been getting banned a little bit more. As I'm looking at this, I don't know who I'm gonna get to bring in. So I always kind of like to play that game where it's like, let's have fresh eyes. Let's like look at the war map. And then there's another 5-star rank 5 Sig 200 man thing. Like, so I have 4 rank 5s on my path. And then there we've got a check at Mini Island. We're seeing more dupe 6 stars here. That's good, right? I'm just not used to seeing any or very, very few 5 stars on defense. It's very strange. All right, so let's put our team together. Let's see who's allowed. Oh, someone's not allowed. Who's been banned? Corvus, Herc, Red Mags, and there's our bands. Torch, Red Mags, Doom. I like our bands better. I think they do probably a little bit more. Answer a few more questions. So we're just going to go back in with the stable, the classic team. We're going to click power down. We're going to run APOC, Cable, and Warlock. And Warlock is going to take the majority of the fights, but then APOC's going to get in there too, and he's going to absolutely go to work. So we're going to kick off with Warlock. And I gotta be honest, I was a little confused. Like, is there some sort of interaction that I'm not prepared for? Like, what makes Guillotine a decent placement here? She's just not very hard to fight. I was trying to think, does she proc something? Is she going to be unblockable the whole fight? Like, I just really didn't understand. And it turns out that I think she's probably just a diversity placement. I don't know. You're going to see that I don't think she even lands a hit. She's a 5-star, so I'm just beating up her health pool. Even Warlock's doing that. Bait out her special 1. There you go. And then I'm going to get to an SP2 and just end this fight in what, like, just a few seconds. Just a handful of seconds. Like, very minimal time there, and she's gone. So put in a bunch of hits. Took no hits in return. Felt fine about that. I only put on some baby boosts. Then we're going to jump into Claire here. And I think we're going to go with APOC, yeah, for Masochism. He's just the answer to Masochism. Masochism is not too tricky as long as you're aware of it, but APOC makes it even less tricky because he just solves it. No one's going to be shaking off any of his parries. And so this is just going to be a regular old rank 3 APOC versus a rank 5-star Claire. I don't know what other people think. I don't think Claire's a good defender. Like, she's an awesome attacker in the right circumstances. I'm trying to push her to her. I'm trying to get her to use her special too. Like, I'm like, come on, the only chance that you have here is to maybe get me to an SP, get to your SP3. I'm not gonna let that happen. And then go to your SP2 and boom, boom, boom. There goes little Claire. She has a small health pool. APOC does a lot of damage on that SP2. There she goes. So those first 2 fights were just confusing, like I said. I think we're running up against an alliance that just doesn't have the roster size as our alliance does, which made me even more like focused on the, okay, don't take a death sucker. Like, this has got to be a win. We've got to put this in the win column. I think we're fighting kind of a little brother alliance here. Not that they didn't put up a good fight, they did, but the roster just clearly differentiates between the 2 alliances. So I'm not even really that interested in dexing all this stuff. Killmonger is just, I think for a lot of people, he's very tricky. But as long as you don't forget his charges there and dive into him and let him counter you, he's very simple. His specials are really easy to evade. They're very predictable because he's very special happy. Like, he loves throwing his specials. There we go again. I pounded into his unstoppable charge again, which is so stupid. I was just, at this point I was like, well, this guy's going down. I kind of started taking it for granted a little bit. I'm fine with taking a little bit of that damage back. That's no sweat at all. I'm just going to heal up. And then here we've got SP2, which I don't think takes him out. Does it? No, I don't think it does. Yeah. You know, Killmonger could take a pounding. Yeah, just another incredibly easy fight. If I'd remembered his charges there, I wouldn't have taken any hits at all. I think I took, what, yeah, 3, just because of that one mistake. And that was just a brain fart. So here we've got the only fight that I think, you know, could be tricky, and that's Man-Thing here, because he does interact with the node, so he's going to be going unblockable every once in a while with unblockable armor. But Man-Thing, you know, if he can't put poisons on you, you're robbing him of a lot of his damage and all that. And so you just kind of keep him from healing. That steals away a lot of his utility. He's not going to be healing. You just don't want to take hits from him. I've seen Man-Thing get a lot of kills at high-ranking wars. But once again, I just find his moveset very predictable. So there he went unstoppable there, but I was aware of it. I think he goes unstoppable once this fight that I did. Because see, you have those 2 gray timers there, and I don't know which one's which. And I'm glancing up there in the middle of the fight, just not knowing which timer I need to be focused on here. Because so there's the armor timer, but I just don't know which one to be looking at. There's 2 timers, and I think it sticks me here once. Once again, I just don't find his specials hard to evade at all, which is good. It's good. You know, if I can be a Man-Thing fighter, that's fine with me. I know he gives a lot of people a hard time. I think here might be. No, I'm trying to remember. I think he sticks me here eventually. So I'm obviously working on getting the infections on him. Got it up to 3 right now. It's going to drop down to 2. And here, oh, just evaded that. The unblockable, the unstoppable didn't proc. There he goes. He got me there. Because I just didn't know. I just wasn't looking at the right spot. I think that's the only hit I take in this fight. I'm just trying to build up my infection there. Once again, I'm watching the timer. I don't know which one it is. Okay, unstoppable didn't proc. That's good. SP2 that dude. Get him down, lower and lower and lower. He's going to try to regen by throwing a special, but Warlock says nope. No regen for you, Mr. Thang. Okay, he's about to... what timer is it? I don't know. Okay, so no unstoppable procs. I'm just sitting there kind of waiting on them to get 2%, and then here we go. And that's that. Well, okay. I gotta tell you, those were the easiest fights I've had. I feel like every war there's been really hard fights on my path, and this war it was just the exact opposite. That Man-Thing's not easy, right? But he's a 5-star. If he's a rank 3, it's a lot longer fight, and you gotta be a lot more focused. But we pulled off the win. We won in every category that we didn't tie in, and so it felt great. So we ended the season at 8-4. I haven't tallied up my kills yet, my overall record on the season, but I know I did die 3 times. I need to add up my KOs. There are MVPs, a lot of familiar names there for our alliance. Good job, guys. Thanks for carrying us all of the season. But I gotta tell you, it felt really, really good to finish 8-4. We had a couple weak wars where just individual alliance members just had really, really tough times. And I think we would have probably gotten at least one of those losses into a W. But 8-4, we'll take it, and we will see you in the next one, guys.